Alaric, you're definitely sitting at a table with people. There's somebody to your right. There's people standing around the table. There's people. Every single seat is taken. There are people standing if they need to.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of a good way to start this. I'm gonna say, yeah. I'll start with Flint. So, you walked in. You saw. You talked to the bartender, and you were allowed to perform. And as you remember, he told you to stay quiet. Stay quiet about it.
Mm-hmm.
And looking about, and everybody in there seemed like they belonged there. Besides two other individuals. At the bar, there is a human in brown, almost robes that kind of cling a little to them a little too tightly. Pomp, if you would like to describe your character.
At the moment, you see a human, long blonde hair. Because the robe is a little bit snug, you can see he's quite fit, but he doesn't seem like he'd be very strong. He's got blue eyes, and yeah.
Cool.
Oh, and a pretty pale skin as well.
Alright, yeah, so you saw him eventually later, as you were performing, walk in, talk to the bartender, and sit at the bar. Then you both, a little later, see a dwarf come in, and Red, if you would like to describe your character.
So he comes in, he's sort of sitting with his head in his hand. He's got black hair, fairly well-kept hair and beard, tan, sort of average size for a dwarf. He carries a warhammer and shield, and he's just sort of not quite like slumped over the table. He doesn't look drunk. He just looks upset, I guess is probably the best word.
All right, and Flint, if you'll describe your character.
Right. So over in, I guess, a performance chair is about 5'6" human woman, kind of wine red hair, bright green eyes, wears a dress that goes just above the knees. Tends to keep her pouches on this kind of vest thing over her shoulders, and has currently a lute ukulele kind of type thing, so 4-stringed lute, a little bit smaller than normal. Seems a little bit smaller for her, but I can just put the actual thing in there if people want to, just the link there for the full. And she's just been kind of like strumming this along, like playing a song in a non-common language. If anyone speaks Sylvan, it's probably Sylvan.
Wait, Pomp, do you speak Sylvan?
I do.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just kind of an ancient Sylvan song.
What's the song sound like, if you can give a demo?
Okay. Oh, I figured this out just in case I would need to do that. 1 second. So,
That was impressive. Gonna be honest.
I try.
Man, I came here to play. You came, like, ready for war.
Well, I figure if I'm gonna be a bard, I kind of probably need to do that.
I am impressed. All right. Okay. So that music is filling the room, and you feel like in any other tavern, people would be enjoying it, but these people, they just stare at their food or their drink or whatever they have in front of them, and they eat, drink, read. They don't really appear to be partying or enjoying where they're at right now. Would anybody like to do anything?
I guess for me, I wouldn't be like those other people since I can understand what she's singing. So I'd probably be I'd be leaning against the counter, head back towards the bartender, just kind of slouched and just kind of swaying back and forth a little bit with my ale in my hand.
All right.
I'd probably look up a little bit as she starts, but not do much, pay attention, but not do much else.
Should probably at least note the one that definitely seems to be into the music and just kind of like give a small smile at that as she kind of goes along. Slightly notices the dwarf, but otherwise trying to keep upbeat while everyone else is quiet. But she also is playing somewhat quietly, given that was her stipulation.
Yeah,
so she kind of understood that.
Pomp. As you're at the bar, there's the bartender there, and as I've described him, he is a big man with a pretty big beard and a mustache and shorter hair, and he on normal occasions he would probably seem jolly, but at this moment he does not. And there's a woman next to him. She is about as old as he is, and she's got long brown hair. And he sort of just says, in a mix between himself and to her, he says, she's playing too loudly. They'll come. And that's when, and then the lady responds, don't worry, hold on. Let me try and, I'm horrible with accents. So let me try and get into this. Don't worry, Brom. We're good, all right? And he goes, if they come, people will die. And Pomp, you're the only one that can hear this, just so you know.
You're like, excuse me, who's coming?
Nobody. Enjoy your meal.
No. You said something. Who's coming? I heard where people die. That's kind of important. What's going on?
The lady walks up to you and she goes, I don't believe we met yet. Who are you? And she seems much warmer than her apparent husband.
I'd hold out my hand and go to say, my name's Vaughn.
All right, I'm Jezebel.
Nice to meet you, Jezebel.
Nice to meet you too. Now, we are going to be entirely fine. Nobody's coming. Nobody's going to die. Because the lady's singing is very nice. And it is not too loud.
How many rules does this place have? I've heard from a couple people. This is not a good place. Many rules, curfews. I mean, that's why we're here now, aren't we?
Just leave as soon as you can. And you won't have to worry about no rules.
Noted.
All right, yeah. Do you do anything else? Say anything else?
Um, is the music still playing?
Oh yeah. Unless
Um,
Flint says she stops, then it's still playing.
I
okay.
figured, like, yeah, it still goes a little bit, but it'll eventually wind down.
I'd probably I'll stand up and I'll move up from my spot and kind of get closer to the music after that kind of those statements have just been said. Just kind of like calm down a bit, just kind of ease my head from what was just said.
Alright.
Kind of arch your brow as he gets closer. We kind of smirk and give him a nod.
Yeah, you're the only person really seeming to be that interested in the music. You're the only one standing there. You're really you're kind of the only one that you can see paying attention and really getting into it.
Come on, just gotta get
As
that first
a
follower.
as she smiled and nodded, I'll just kind of cheers her with my ale glass mug.
All right. Red. The table you are sitting at, there are other people at it. And eventually one of them says, they sort of say to each other, a young it appears to be like a, mid to late teens, little kid man boy, whatever you call him.
Kid man boy. Okay.
Man, bear
He
pig.
he's sitting there and he doesn't have food or drink in front of him. He's just sitting there, and eventually he turns to the guy next to him and he just goes, "Music's nice." And that's when the guy next to him goes, "Remember when we could listen to music without having to be afraid of those assholes?" And the whole table sort of seems to have this like moment of agreement before one man, you don't know, he's got short brown hair, dirty blonde hair, appears to be a bit muscular, and he's probably late 40s or so. And next to him is an actual child, not a kid man boy, an actual kid. And he has sandy blonde hair, long, bright blue eyes, and he looks really bored because he's been forced to go to a bar way too late when he probably wants to be playing. And he just goes, "You should know better than to talk like that." To which the boy goes, "Is it true, Dad? Was there a time when people could actually listen to music?" And hold on, I'm just trying to find these names. Hold on, wait. I know I have these. Hold on. God damn it! Why am I so bad at finding things all of a sudden? Yeah. The dad then looks down at him and just goes, "Lucas, doesn't matter what was. It only matters what's now. And what's now is we all stay here and we be quiet."
I rub my hand over my face and just sort of quietly say, why would it be like that? Like, why is it like this? Not really directed at anybody, just sort of, loud enough that they can probably hear, but it's not like I'm not asking. It's very rhetorical, is basically the point.
All right, yeah. The kid's father, just still looking down at whatever soup he was eating, just goes, "I always told you all we had a shit for brains, Mayor. He was a coward at that."
What did the mayor do?
Nothing. Besides get his guts torn out because he acted like an idiot.
Oh, Okay. Uh, and what was? I'm sorry. What was the name of the group? Like, is there a name of the group that, like, the group as a whole?
The bad group?
Yes.
The Cleavers.
The Cleavers. And then the Cleavers came in, I take it.
Do you not know the whole story?
Unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, I don't, I suppose.
I'll tell you the quick version. Band of guys come, all clad in black leather. Never a good sign. They really liked our tavern. So did a lot of people. It was our pride and joy. Sorry, excuse me. Excuse me again. Alright. He goes, a lot of people liked our tavern. This roving band of mercenaries that claimed they were all about justice and honor decided that they really like it. Really liked our town spirit, their leader said. Said he really enjoyed how much we really could party at the end of a day. Said they thought it was a shame that there wasn't that much law around. So somebody could easily come and take out the whole place. So that, and the whole time, our Soup for Brains mayor is eagerly agreeing with them because he thinks this is a nice group who, hey, maybe they can help us out a little, make us some money. They eventually say that they'll bring the law to town. In fact, they'll take the whole town. The mayor was an idiot. He thought that they were saying they'd make a sheriff's office or whatever you do. Then their leader tore his heart out with his hand. And now we're resigned to eating here every day after the sun gets low.
Oh God. Oh man. That is actually what Alaric is saying. He's just sort of making indistinct sounds of.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, like, I mean, that he's. I mean, he was already pretty distressed about the state of things, and now he's really distressed about the state of things. He nods the man. Thank you, and stands up. Doesn't go far, just moves a little away from the table in thought.
All right.
Yeah. Like at that point, the music is probably done.
All right.
I'm glad
A little
Scarlett
bit. Okay. So I'm gonna say when the music dies, and Alaric gets up to move away a little. Would anybody like to do anything?
Vaughn would. So I would almost begin to clap, realizing, like, kind of looking back and forth. No one is going to. So I'll move in just a little bit closer. I said, that was a nice song.
Just kind of like notice the like almost clap and just kind of get it and give him a wink and a smile. Thank you, I appreciate it. Eberine Amberbridge, nice to meet you.
I'm sorry, could you say that name again? Sorry, there was
Like,
a
hold on,
car
hand.
going
Eberine
by.
Amberbridge.
Amberbridge. Very nice to meet you. My name is Vaughn. I believe I've heard that song once before. Or
Really?
you speak Sylvan?
And she kind of brightens up at that. Oh, another speaker. Wonderful. Yes. I spent some time in the Feywilds.
I
You as
haven't.
well?
Kind of, sorta. I guess I would play in the woods a lot when I was a child, you could say.
Oh, I bet. I actually learned that song from a satyr. He taught me everything I know. Like, seems like one of those things that could just be a brag, but she just seems to, like, genuinely say it as fact.
Fawn looks generally, like, intrigued. Just really a satyr. That's beyond cool.
Just kind of grins at that. It was very nice, yes.
Like, totally radical, dude.
Totally tubular, man.
I just kind of start putting away the loot on to like a little pouch in the back of the vest. So what brings you here? It's very quiet for someone like us, I suppose.
Well, today's been an interesting day for me, to say the least.
You as well.
See, I was just traveling. I was coming here. I was on my way here, but I didn't get here exactly the way I planned. Just planning on just walking here. Instead, I ended up getting mugged and tossed into a river, and now I'm here. Luckily, there is two people that ended up saving me, which is why I stand here now. And he points to the table where Lucas and his father are.
Just like frowned the moment it said mugged and thrown in the river. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm glad you're all right.
I mean, thanks to those two.
Just to interrupt this for a second. Back by the bar, where there's that little pathway back, eventually an old man comes and says something to Jezebel, and she comes with him, and they disappear back there. Keep going.
Thanks to those two, Lucas and his father. I don't know his real name. He's a quite shady man, but I still thank him for what he did for me.
This works with that. That's very nice. Yes, I suppose I had a bit of a trouble getting into town as well, but luckily I ended up much less worse for wear than you. It's unfortunate they don't seem to like music around here.
While this conversation is going on, Ulrich is sort of not really like walking towards them, but just sort of pacing, I guess, along the wall a little as best he can, and ends up fairly close to the two of you, and at the catches the don't seem to like music, and comes over and says, "They don't seem to like much around here."
And I like turn around behind her. Unfortunately. Well, hello. I'm Emberine. Who might you be?
I look over his shoulder and he's like, "Hello."
Ulrich.
All
right,
we'll step back just
sorry.
to make it a little more of a circle instead of.
So I'm not hidden behind
Yep.
you.
Just pop in here again. From that back area over here, Jezebel walks back out, and this time she is being followed by the old man, a younger man, and something that you all can very clearly tell is a drow, which is not normal in the material plane above the Underdark. And they're all in very dirty rags. And my friend Damon isn't here yet, but I'm just going to introduce his character anyway, just to get that out there.
It's pretty good to have, yeah.
And, yeah.
Sure.
And eventually, hold on. They all go sort of back there.
I do have a question. What's the race of most of the people that are in the bar? Human?
Human. Everybody in here is human, besides you three and the drow.
No,
Who
I'm human.
everybody
It's
is-
okay.
Yeah, say with me. I'm human.
There's just a drow and a dwarf, and everybody else is human.
The drow, everybody is actually looking at the drow because they've never seen a drow.
Yeah, I might like peek that out of the corner of my eye, just like if it's back towards the bar there, I'd probably have a good vantage point and just kind of arch a brow. Interesting.
Yeah, they really don't seem to grasp the fact that they are drow and that they're not normal, but they're just sitting there. And Jezebel leaves the three of them there and heads back to the bar and goes behind it.
That's peculiar. I kind of whisper that.
I find it intriguing. I see the faces. So what brings you here, Mr. Ulrich?
Poor life choices.
Good. Oh, I know those poor life choices. Those are good words for that.
Very poor life choices.
I suppose we're better if it
I,
brings you to us.
I believed that people were doing good, and now I've been proven wrong.
I'm very sorry. Yes, my sister and I have been traveling, and we figured this would be a good place to stop next, but it seems people don't quite appreciate our type of entertainment. At least I found a couple. She smiles to both of them.
I'm just gonna pop in here again. As you guys are talking through the front door, there are three young-looking kids who just happen to be using the same character portrait.
Twins! Triplets!
And they all look different, but they're young. They're older than the kid man-child, but they're definitely not, entirely adult. And they walk around with this sort of new swagger about them, as if they just, dressed better or won the lottery or something. That type of swagger that you walk around with. And they are wearing very clean, new black leathers.
When
These
I
look anything
spot
like
them,
Ones
I
that
would
saw.
start to move back a little bit over here.
Yeah, these are the exact same black leathers that all of you members.
So you cut out there.
Yeah, you cut out.
Oh, shit. Sorry, let me wait for like the 5 MCs to stop going past my house. There's legitimately like 5 MCs that drive through town and go past my house every minute. But sorry. They are indeed wearing black leathers akin to what you guys saw the members of the chain wearing.
Yeah, mine still
So
have that
theirs
cut
are
in there.
brand new.
Yeah.
They really don't seem to care about you guys whatsoever. They're smiling like they are having the best day of their life, and they're eyeing every single townsperson until eventually they get to about here for each of them, and they all sit down.
Such ruffians.
Lorik shakes his head and says, and more people making poor life choices.
From what I've
The one
seen,
in the
that
middle
seems to be the case.
The one in the middle bangs on the bar and yells at the barkeep, "Hey, 3 ales for the new cleavers." And the big man just grabs 3 goblets and puts them down in front of him and pours a drink for each of them.
Got arch her brow because she heard the name Cleavers before. I thought they were some sort of brother pair. They seem to be multiplying
Boy.
like rabbits.
Wait, you said, oh, I've seen these people before. They're no brothers. When I said I got mugged, it was them. Not them specifically, but that group of people.
Oh, they're a gang. I see.
They claim they bring the law to this town, but as far as I can see, as far as I've seen, they just seem to bring fear.
Oh, they run this place? Oh, that will be interesting down the line. Should probably get a cloak or something.
Or we should all get out of here as soon as we can.
I agree with that.
Unfortunately, that might be for the best. I may have gotten them to run away from a family they were hurting.
I may have refused to help them hurt someone.
This one on the left, he walks over here and he starts talking to the people at the table. And the people at this table where he's at seem to be, younger as well, around his age probably. And he seems to be trying to show off. And he continuously he continually sort of in a weird flirty, way too pushy way flirts with a girl in the seat in front of him. And she seems to not like it, but doesn't entirely seem to reject it. In the way of, seems she's afraid to say no to being flirted with.
Scum they are.
Switches her nose at that.
Terrorizing people is not the law, or shouldn't be.
Let me see.
This one just starts pacing down this way, eyeing everybody with this big ass cocky smile on his face.
Hang on. Let me. I'd whisper to Aloric, or both of them. So, how do you think we should get out of here? How do you think we should do that? If we head for the door, I have the feeling they're just going to come after us because everyone doesn't seem to be moving.
No, I think there's rules here about curfew, and pretty sure
Right.
being out is against those rules.
Yes, and unfortunately my stuff is up in a room. I assume this was an inn, because I know I went to an inn because using my feature to get free boarding by singing.
Yeah, I mean, I figure you would put your stuff down by the chair, since that's where you went immediately.
That's fair.
This guy that I'm moving right now, he seems to now notice that there is a group of three strange, very, very weird-looking individuals that are not human, or at least two of the three are not human, and he's never seen before, and he's eyeing you all very strangely.
I just turn around.
Alaric.
Thanks, Steph. Did you need something, sir? I'll give him a smile.
This guy, he just steps forward and he just looks at you now, and he just goes, for a second, the smile's not there. It's this look of how dare she talk to me? I'm a badass, and then it's the smile again, no, just trying to figure out who you are. I ain't never seen you around my town before.
Yes, I just came in. Everine, nice to meet you.
What are you doing?
I was just talking to these nice two gentlemen. This is a tavern after all, right?
He takes a big step forward. Yeah, it's a tavern. My tavern, technically. Because I'm a cleaver. You know what that means, little girl?
Like, arches a brow at the little girl mention, but... Oh, I hear you run this place, yes. But... There's a slight second, and then... Pondering. Kind of scrunches the nose. Suddenly the figure kind of shifts down about like a foot to about 4'5" thing. The same outfit, same everything. It's just much looser. And this like little girl that looks just like her just kind of like sticks out her tongue slightly, like, but you really need to get your eyes checked, mister. I'm the little girl here. Sister is much bigger.
Ulrich sort of just blinks at that.
Vaughn would do pretty much the same thing.
Like, what just happened?
And that picture.
So I'm just over here doing a party dance, because this is awesome. Oh, I love this
that's
character.
adorable.
This is amazing.
I love the big eyes. That's
Right?
cute.
Precious.
I
It
love
looks like a
D&D.
12-year-old version of the same person.
Oh, this is gonna end horribly.
Yeah.
What the hell? And hearing their friend get go, what the hell? These two now notice this and go and walk over and just stand here and just go and say to their friend, "What? You getting bullied by a kid?" And he's like, she wasn't a kid a minute second ago. What?
I just think he was being mean to sister.
Yeah, sister, taller. And just like,
Just kind of
Okay.
like pouts and crosses her arms.
they're just like, "Are you really getting weirded out by kid?" And another one goes, "Come on, man, we just became cleavers. We have to show, like, come on, act right." And he's like, yeah, but what she did was weird, man.
Ulrich, after his initial sort of the heck response, when everyone else wanders over, does his best to look completely unfazed by what's going on.
The guy who is entirely scared, like confused, looks at you and just goes, "What is this? Is this normal?"
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, I'm telling you, that short one is lying, because that one wasn't a short one. They were a slightly taller one a minute ago.
Just like kind of interjects like, I'm not a short one, I'm Florisa. Don't be rude, please.
And that's when one to his side just goes, "All right, how about we go get you a drink, because you're acting strange." And they both sort of just grab him and just really start talking to him as they're pushing him back to the bar.
And kind of
Well,
scrunches
that
her
was-
nose at that, just kind of like shaking her head, then turns back up and with a slight grin. Sorry about that. Hi.
Well, hello. That was a new one.
Yeah, I can attest for that.
Hi, sorry. You met sister. I'm Florisa. And she goes, hands, like both hands out to both of them to shake simultaneously.
Ulrich shakes.
I'll kind of bend down a little bit, shake her hand.
Yeah, we
The
should
three
probably
guys
sneak
appear
out
to
here
be
when we
doing shots
can.
now. They appear to be drinking heavily. the one guy who was really weirded out, he seems to be like hammering it. The other two are, taking it a little slower, but still drinking quite a bit.
Well, if they drink themselves under the bar, then makes things a little easier, I suppose.
I'm good at making things
I
easy.
hope so.
So I think that was a distraction. We wanted to sneak out, right?
If we can, we have to sneak through the city to.
That is true.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
We can get out of the bar, but.
The one guy who was weirded out and was drinking, like hammering drinks down, he appears to be getting very angry at the bar. Like, not like about anything. He's just like getting mad to his friends. He's just like, I'm fucking telling you. Go on here in a second before, and that's basically what the yelling ensues about. His friends are trying to calm him down, but he appears to be getting very mad.
Oh, he's gonna have a bad time in the morning.
I hope so.
Well, yeah, he was rude.
It was definitely that. Well, do we want to try to get out, or do we want to or do we want to wait until the morning to leave? I would like to get out as soon as we can, but I don't know.
Yeah, it is pretty dark, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm having second thoughts. Yeah, it is dark. They're drunk. Who knows what's out there? Curfew. So many
More
rules.
cleavers are out there, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I'd like all of you.
What'd you say?
You cut out again.
All right, I want you all to roll perception checks.
Okay. Oh, in game. Where's my perception?
Pomp, I thought you changed your thing to be normal instead of advantage.
Oh, is it on? My bad.
Wow, I like how the two of us who didn't have advantage set both rolled 7s.
Yeah.
And both have the same wisdom modifier, but we both rolled 7.
I actually don't know how I put it on advantage. How do I set that?
There should be a thing, if you do the, gear, and then on the right, second thing down, there's roll queries, and you can have, advantage toggle. I generally put on advantage toggle, so then you can change the thing up at the top, whether you want advantage, normal, or disadvantage.
I think I've always had it on advantage normal, because I didn't even know you could change that. I just knew you could switch between advantage, normal, and disadvantage.
Sorry, it said gear, roll query, and what's...
Roll queries, and then you click that, and you can choose
I'm
advantage
looking for
toggle.
I'm looking for roll queries, and I can't find
it's on
that.
it should have three columns. It's on the furthest right column, the second one down. The second thing down, under NPC.
Aha! And would you have that set too?
I just put on advantage toggle, so then it'll give you a button up top.
Aha! I see. That's very helpful. And so just reroll.
Yeah, just reroll.
Okay, you see things.
You see a lot of things. Okay, so
the two of us were equally bad at seeing things.
Aloric and Florissa. So Aloric and Florissa, you guys see a few things. You see mainly the backs of chairs and tables, because you both are really short.
Yeah.
Can't entirely see above people. But Vaughn, with your abilities of height, you start to notice that the guy who is drinking heavily appears to be he's giving you guys the side evil eye the whole time. And he's like slumped over type, like angry drunk now. He's just staring at you guys out of the corner of his eye.
It might just be me, but now they've been one guy been staring at us quite a while. I don't know what to do at this point. It's either we need to get out of here, or I'm honestly not sure. I feel like we should get out, but again, like you said, Aloric, more cleavers on the outside.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting, isn't it? They seem to always be
just a
angry
little.
and staring at people.
That sounds about right.
But
Well,
I
the
mean,
question
we should probably
is-
stay here, shouldn't we? At least for the night. If they try to do anything, well, it's self-defense, obviously, right?
Yeah, I'll go with that.
That sounds like it may be the best approach. I'd love to get out of here sooner than later, but I don't love the idea of trying to sneak out tonight.
Yeah, I can't really see anything. Neither can Sis.
I can see, I just,
I guess
I'm
you're
not
right.
very sneaky. That's the challenge there.
The guy, he appears to, he starts stumbling towards you, and his friends sort of slowly follow behind him, looking a little. He looks pissed. And he gets to about the corner before he looks at the three of you and he just goes, "You made me look like an idiot." And he yells that across the room.
Larsa just like around, kind of like puts her hands on her hips and like, I think the only one making you look like an idiot is you right now.
Shut up, little girl demon thing.
Pretty sure she's just a
Really?
little girl.
Shut up, dwarf. You're the reason that there's nothing. King's dead. I've read storybooks. I'm not that stupid. I know you all betrayed King Amrin.
People make mistakes.
And you made a big one when you fucked with cleavers.
I don't see that we've done anything.
And he starts moving toward about here, and his friends sort of follow behind, still looking a little confused by what he's doing. He's just like, "We became cleavers to get respect. We ain't gonna fucking let you trample all over that." And that's when just a random lady. How do I know there's a way to like call attention to a certain place, isn't there?
Yeah,
you can
click
like
it.
if you click and hold down, it'll ping.
All right, there we go. So that's how that works. All right, there's a lady at about this seat, and she eventually, and she gets up. Joseph, listen, right? Remember me? I was your teacher before they burned down the school. Listen. You can get respect. You don't have to do it this way. And she goes, "Shut up." And she gets to about there, and she's like, "Joseph, listen. Everything's going back, but you don't have to be." And he just goes, "Shut up." And that's when he pulls out his short sword at his side. And he's gonna swing at her. Anything?
I'm gonna prep a healing word for that, because
Yeah.
All right. So is that all you guys do?
like, I can't really
For-
overpower that.
For now.
He apparently rolled like shit.
He's very drunk, so fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is drunk as fuck.
She dodges out the side, and it slams into the back of the chair and just partially destroys it. And he's just, "You motherfuckers are gonna die now." And roll initiative.
Initiative. Wow.
All right.
Oh,
Is there a way I can get a thing going to track this? Flynn, you
Trying to
seem to
remember
know
how
what
to
you're
start
doing.
the
Is there a way for
tracker.
that?
Oh yeah, I didn't have my thing collected.
Yeah, where's the
So there
tracker?
is a tracker. I don't remember how you initiative tracker roll 20. Okay.
Oh,
You
there should be a button
should-
on your toolbox that looks like a
Yeah,
clock.
Yeah, it looks like a clock. If you click on that,
Hey, okay.
and then since we all already rolled, you
I
I
have
didn't have my
one.
token suggest.
Mine only went in because I used my as the character instead of as my regular name. You guys both rolled with your. You have to click on your token and do it.
Yeah, I'd forgotten to click on my token because I don't usually
Ah.
roll initiative in roll 20.
Yeah.
I'll just roll again. That's fine.
Yeah, we're used to just using physical dice.
yeah, I could do it again.
I have terrible initiative, but that's fine.
Which button's the initiative button then? If you click your character.
So you have to have your token selected, and then if you just click
You go
initiative
to-
your character sheet.
Yeah.
Oh, I
It'll
see.
work.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, other games I play, I just use physical dice, so I forget that I have to do that.
Can you not adjust your thing back?
Oh, I
Jericho?
could. Yeah, I could adjust it back to original, but I'll just leave it at 8. It's fine.
Okay. Let me just. All right.
And then you should be able to put us in order, too, by dragging the right person, like dragging.
Okay. Yeah, I see it. I see it. How would I roll these guys' thing?
Do they have character sheets?
Nope.
Okay, so then what you need to
Amazing.
do is you should be able to add a turn for them anyway. So right click on the token and choose add turn.
All right.
Then just roll a d20 with whatever their initiative would be. So you can do it in the chat with a roll command and just give them whatever that is.
All right. What do you add? What's initiatives modifier? Like,
Dex.
what stat does that depend on? Dex?
Dex. And you can theoretically add one for each. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, look at that. I'm actually kind of doing something.
Yay!
For the first time in forever.
Okay, what are my
All right, we'll say he's the drunk one.
the really low initiative one?
All right, so they're not the greatest warriors ever. All right then. Let me get this ready. Let me pull out their stats. All right. Actually, that won't work. Shit. Hold on. Let me try and get all my screens not sucking horribly. All right. So it's Floris's turn first. What do you do?
Okay. I just took a swing at a lady, which is not nice. So, gonna quickly grab the ukulele now looks like a full lute on her, which is probably why you could think Florissa or Everine has that. She pulls it out, try to quickly strum a tune at it, which I guess Ulrich wouldn't understand, but Vaughn would understand kind of how it goes. Like, so light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up, fairy fire! And then fairy fires the three of them. I've been
choice.
wanting to use that forever.
Yeah, okay. Very fine. All right, let's see what this does. Okay. Is outlined in blue, green, or red light. Goes in green.
I'm gonna keep it within their.
Any attack roll against an affected creature has advantage if the attacker. Okay. So they're all going to roll saving throws then.
Yep, DC 14.
All right. Char 3d20. Okay, got a 13, a 12, and a 2. Those all should have a +1 added on
I
them.
guess the first
So
one makes
that's
it.
so one makes it, and that's all. And I'm gonna say it's this guy in the back. No advantage. These ones fire. Fire. So you guys all have advantage when hitting against this one and this one.
Also, if you see when you click on their token, there's like the little circle-y type thing that pops up, not the gear, but the other one. You can add a little status effect thing to them to mark them.
Ah, that's what that is.
Yep.
I just wrote it in those weird circle things.
No, if you use the little token, then sometimes you can make it visible to us too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that. There we go. The ones with the eyes are currently engulfed in fairy fire and seem to be very confused at why they're not burning because they've never seen magic before. All right, Vaughn, your turn now.
And then she's stepping
Alright.
out. Oh, yours!
Seeing that, I would first take a step back, and I would bring out the orb that's in my pocket, start swirling it in my hands, and then I would cast Firebolt on the one on the right.
All right. Put that spell in the chat for a second for me.
Oh yeah, I can roll.
Nice.
Oh, wait, there it is. Yeah. Okay. So what does that do?
Oh,
How much
did it
damage?
not? It's let's see.
You should also be able to click it and get the damage to show.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's weird. Shouldn't be a repeating attack.
Oh, it's like did I not do something right?
Oh, let me see. You might need. Did you click on a repeat thing, or did you click on the name of the spell?
I clicked on the name of the spell.
Okay, that's weird. So, you can also set it to just auto damage roll. So back in that back in the gear on the side where you adjusted advantage toggle, there's two things down from advantage toggle is auto damage roll, and then you can auto damage and crit. And
Gotcha.
then that'll do it.
Well, that's good to know. I'm going to turn that on as well.
So I'd say just probably like re-roll it and then just use the damage from that on.
All right.
For that first
So yeah,
attack.
I'll just re-roll then.
So like 5 fire damage. So.
There we go. Okay.
And I just looked it up. They do not have to make a save. Which one are you hitting?
The one on the right.
This one?
Yes.
All right. He he takes 5 fire damage. Let me just think of a place to put this for a second. Hold on. Let me just create a text document to put all this. All right. He gets blasted with, flame, and now he's not wondering why he is on fire. Why he feels the fire, and he's trying to put it out, and it's not going so well because he's kind of got some beer on him, so he's not having a fun time. Give me a second to roll Damon's thing because I kind of forgot to do that. Just he's going to be a DM NPC for now.
Okay.
Let me look at his sheet. Okay. $15. So that puts him below Vaughn. All right, it's gonna be his turn, and he sees this all going down. He's just gonna move like to about, I don't know, not even gonna try and make it make sense. He's just gonna move about here. Just gonna watch as this all goes down. He seems to want to help, and that's okay. And then it will be this guy's turn, and he's going to. Why not? Let's make him make a dex save to see if he can jump across if he can jump on to get to right here. No, he fucking does not. All right. He gets about here, and that's when he steps in somebody's food and he falls straight on his back. And let's use the one of him not being. Let's use the one of a guy filled with arrows to signify that he is that he's prone. After him, it is Aller.
Okay, so since there's a ton of people here, he doesn't go for his. Let's see if I programmed in this in right. It's looking weird, so I may have gotten it wrong. He doesn't want to pull out his warhammer because he might hit people. So he's going to cast Toll the Dead on the one that Vaughn hit. Which I might have to do manual rolling for. Let's see. Okay, so wisdom saving throw. And because he's already taken damage, he takes the higher number, I believe.
Okay then.
Yeah.
So what was the DC for that? 13?
Yeah.
He fails horribly.
So he takes 11 necrotic damage.
All right. Describe to me how he dies.
Well, there's a ping of a bell, and it's not really clear. Just there's a ring of a bell, and he falls to the ground.
All right.
Because that's what how Toll the Dead works.
Wow.
So this whole this all happens really quickly. He was like charging towards you guys to hit you, and then he got engulfed in weird blue, brightly colored flame and was like trying to put it out. And you know why it wasn't hurting him. Then he was actually on fire for a second, and he started screaming about that. And then there's just this sharp, ding, and he just walks up, and blood just pours from his ears, out both nostrils, out his eyes, and then his mouth, and then just starts water falling out of his mouth, and he just crumples to the floor. So he is fucking dead.
Ow.
Or at least unconscious. Yeah.
All right. After you comes him. He's dead, so no.
Never mind.
Yeah. After seeing that, his buddy in the back, this one, is not entire. Is very, he's a little he basically he's going to start running, and as he gets to about here, that's when he hears his friend behind him die, and he still is in the motions of running, and he's going to run towards Vaughn, and he's going to roll the hit.
Oof.
Like, that
Wow.
is not that. Yeah, that wasn't right though. There was a space between the 1d20, so it just rolled a 1.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Didn't actually roll
man.
it.
I was about to be like, oh shit, he fucked up, but no, okay. About to have him, like, kill his friend.
They are drunk, so.
There's that.
Never mind, he hits you perfectly.
Yep, that hits.
Ow.
And let me see how much damage. Okay, so yeah, so 1d6. All right. You take 6 points of damage
Oh no.
as he runs at you with a short sword and just slashes with it. Are you dead?
No, I'm not dead.
Okay, you're a wizard, so that's an important question.
Yeah, at level 1 wizard is very squishy.
Yeah.
All right, so it's him, and then it's back to the top of the round with Florissa.
Okay. Yeah, how bad do you look?
2 points.
Oh. Yeah. So, like, seeing that big gash, I was just gonna be able to strum a quick thing on the thing, like, heal! And then point at him and give him a healing word. So, take that back.
Oh, cool.
And then,
As soon as and your chest is open massively, you sort of like turn, and she then says that, and then the wound sort of just immediately closes back up.
yep.
You're still in a lot of pain because you just got your chest ripped open, but that's still ripped open.
Yeah, look, it's a bonus action, so I guess with regular action, she's just gonna just puff up her cheeks, like, really disdainfully at that guy who just hit him, and then just say something in Sylvan, which Vaughn knows to be, like, saying that you lie with sheep would be an insult to the sheep's taste in men! And then just vicious mockery.
Ooh, vicious mockery. How much damage you deal? Let's see this. Oh wait, does he have to make a save?
Yeah, he has to make a save. So DC 14.
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save?
Yeah, it's a wisdom save.
All right.
Oh, fuck. Oh, well.
Well,
It's damage and disadvantage, so it's still good
20
if he fails.
minus 2. He rolled a 10.
Nope. So he has
Okay,
disadvantage
so it
on his
takes-
next attack, too.
Ooh, okay. Which one did you do that to? Yeah, the
one that
one in
hit
front of
Vaughn.
Vaughn. Yeah. All right, so he kind of gets a migraine for like 1 second, but immediately gets right back out of it. But he, the migraine's
Move
still a
back
little
away
there.
here. I'll just be over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
All right, so
Let's
after.
Stay away from them.
All right, so yeah, now it's Vaughn, your turn. Your turn.
Question. Do I have disadvantage by casting Firebolt right from here at him?
I believe so. I believe a ranged spell in melee range has advantage.
Okay.
But he has a disadvantage, or he has advantage against him, so it would be regular.
Oh, the straight roll? Okay.
Yep, straight roll.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll cast Firebolt again. I'll have the orb still out. Turn into my hands and cast Firebolt once again.
All right.
Nice.
15 hits him, and he takes 8 points of damage. That seems to really fuck him up. And that just sort of gets him right in the chest, and he gets like blasted back a bit. And he seems to be doing a little worse for wear. And the drow, who's sort of moved to about here, he's gonna just sort of seeing how this is going. He grabs onto something and he whispers into his hand, and then just releases a bolt of like green blue energy. And let me see. I roll for Eldritch Blast. Alright, so blah blah blah. Okay, beam of crackling area. Main spell attack cancels target on a hit. The target takes 1d. Warlocks add their charisma for their spell modifier, right?
Yes.
Alright, thing. Alright. He rolled a 16 and he hits and does 1d10 damage. And this guy is now dead. Basically, you witness as he gets blasted in the front by this blast of fire, and then his head, the back of his head just sort of explodes as he gets hit with this burst of green-blue energy that just sort of blows that apart, and just, he falls to the ground as well. And when we get rid of him from the turn order, and that's when this guy, he's gonna realize what's going on. He's gonna get up. That takes half his movement. Let me take that thing off of him, and he's up now. And he's gonna bolt for the door. So okay, and he's only gonna be able to move 1, 2, 3, I believe, because he has half movement from getting up, I believe. I think that's how it works.
Yeah.
And yeah, he gets about there. And then it's Ulrich's turn.
So this guy is running, but we probably don't want him to get out and tell the rest of the cleavers what's happening. So he is going to toll the dead again, I think. Which is okay. So DC 13 wisdom save, and then I guess I rolled higher on the lower damage on the lower dice one, so 4 damage if he fails.
All right. He fails.
Okay.
And he takes the 4 or the 3?
The 4.
All
Because
right.
the first one is actually the lower dice. Because it's basically which die you roll.
All right.
And then so that's his action, and then hold on, I'm checking something. Since yeah, that's all he does right now.
All right. Okay, so again, there's this sharp bell noise just out of nowhere that just goes dung, and you see blood pop out of his ears, and he coughs a bit as he's running, but he's still running. And now it's back to the top with Florissa.
Okay. So seeing this guy start running away, like a little bit worried they might come for backup, but she's just very frustrated with this group, so I think the best she's gonna do is just like yell at him in Sylvan. Like, I've seen more threatening geckos than you. And then just one last thing before he leaves. Just add insult to injury add insult and injury quite literally. There's one more toll the dead. Where the heck? Oh, there it is. Okay.
All right. These are not very wise kids, so they're not gonna. So I really doubt that he's gonna succeed at this. And he does not. And that means he takes 3 points of damage. He wasn't attacked the whole time, so he's actually
In better shape.
Yeah, he's in better shape. He definitely takes that, and you see. What effect do you like? What effect do you think your vicious mockery has on people? Like, what is the magical effect that somehow damages them?
They're just like the words have. It's basically like you said. It's kind of like that headache effect where it's just kind of like ringing in your head, almost like the Toll of the Dead, but it's more just like inside his eyes, like stabbing pain. Just like, you're bad and you should feel bad, Stirrup.
All right. Yeah, he seems to take that, and he sort of like, as he's running, he got, outside of his ears, he coughs the blood up, and then he also just like, as he's running, of just like his head just basically getting the worst migraine on the planet.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, getting the migraine, that would account for having disadvantage on the next attack roll for that. So it's just kind of like shaken by it.
All right, on to Vaughn.
Let's see. Okay, yeah. Or Zach. Once again, he'll pull out the orb and cast Firebolt on him.
All right. Yeah, I'd say a 23 hits.
Just a little bit.
Just barely gets him.
Hey.
And that does 9 points of damage, and he's fucking dead. His back just gets hit with this bolt, and it's just a massive explosion of fire on his back as he just screams out in pain and then just falls on the floor.
Just kind of mutter myself, burn.
They're all dead. And I think a few of them are currently burning on the floor.
Yeah.
Well, what do people seem to be doing in the tavern?
Yeah, first I might go up to that lady who was almost hit and see if she's okay. Like, are you okay, lady?
She appears to be terrified mainly by the currently headless body in front of her. This one.
Oh, wow.
And she is just like she's just like terrified and like really jumpy, and she's like, I guess.
I'm really sorry.
She's not taking her eyes off the dead kid with a missing head.
Oh, these bugs are really mean.
Who the fuck outside my house is screaming, "Is he for sale yet?"
What?
I cannot answer that question. So do people other than that woman, do they look like
frightened, shocked,
everybody is fucking terrified. Lucas is currently hiding in his father. Everybody's sort of staring at you. Jezebel looks like has this like big-eyed look with a mix of sort of impressment on her face. And the bartender, he looks the most horrified out of everybody else.
So this is a question, and it's what the character does is going to depend on like responses from people, but the question for you, DM, if I cast Spare the Dying on these guys, could I stabilize them? I mean, the one without the head, maybe not, but the other two, maybe.
What does Spare the Dying do?
It basically stabilizes people. It's a cantrip. Touch a living creature at 0 hit points, the creature becomes stable. So it doesn't like revive, like wake them up, but it keeps them from bleeding out, basically.
I'm gonna say no, because a lot of them took a lot of damage.
That's fair. It's just if Aloric thought he could, he might try to keep them from dying. Is the reason I asked.
All right, yeah, no, you can certainly try.
But probably not.
It definitely doesn't work on the guy with no head.
Right.
And the two others, it won't work on because they're pretty fucking dead.
Okay. So he'd probably go and look at each of them and determine that he probably can't do anything then. But
yeah.
Then he turns to say, well, now I think we really do need to get out of here.
And then goes around using pistols to clean up the blood, which mostly whistling to and holding a hand over. That's so fun. Oh, that's perfect. All right. Yeah,
We
no.
gotta clean up after them. They did kind of make a mess. These people don't deserve that.
Everybody is
True.
so terrified of this little girl who just looks so calm about dead people.
And she's frowning over. She's not happy that they had to die, but
Yeah.
They are terrified of you. Terrified of all of
That's
you,
fine.
really. They just saw you kill a lot of people. The drow walks up to about here and just starts just sees what's going on and just stands there.
Yeah, I'll also kind of come around, just kind of
Step
watching.
over to the dead kid.
Not knowing exactly what to do, just kind of watching at what everyone has, including himself, has just done.
yeah, just kind of frown, shake her head, look over at the drow. Thank you for that help.
He just nods at you.
When Aloric realizes he can't stabilize any of them, he just sort of sighs and shakes his head and stands back up.
Okay.
I think this has made our decision for us. We'd better get out of here tonight.
Yeah.
The barkeep finally just yells, "You killed people!"
To be
They
fair,
were
they
trying to
attacked
kill
us
her first.
I mean,
They're mean.
yeah, that's not the problem. But you killed cleavers.
I mean, we did, not you.
Yeah. Well, we should probably take these out.
This won't end well for anybody.
Then I suggest we hide them, as if it never happened.
You start to hear outside. This is where the noise came from.
Oh,
I take that back. We're not hiding them.
See if we better go.
Like, are you just gonna let these people walk all over you? They're terrorizing everybody here more than us. Did you just let them kill everybody that goes against them? She didn't even go against them.
If it means we get to live, then yes.
Until it's you and nobody stands up for you.
And then you end up dead.
All right, at this point, I'm going to say, as you guys are all standing there, absolutely, discussing this, the doors swing open, and you see 3 guys with assorted weaponry and black leathers on step through the door, and they sort of go about you.
Great, more of them.
And Ulrich, you see Lordic, the guy who hired you, step through the door, and he looks like he looks completely like confused on what is going on, and he sees you, and he just sort of gets this even more like kind of a disgusted face, and he steps over here with these 2 guys. You also see the big guy with the axe. You and Vaughn recognize this guy as the big guy with the axe. Boris. He steps over. He looks you up and down, and he just goes, And Florissa and Vaughn, you recognize two very bumbling idiots named Gerald and Morris, who are also cleavers. And they sort of go about over here, and Morris literally looks at Gerald, and he's just like, and no, Gerald looks at you, Florissa, and he just goes.
He wouldn't know Florissa. He might recognize the outfit.
That outfit looks familiar. God damn it, what was his accent? It was Cockney, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
It's like, that outfit looks fucking familiar, Morris. And Morris is just like, I don't know, does it? He's like, yes, it fucking does. Look at it. He's just like, it's a lookout. Magic, Morris. Magic. All right, it's probably magic, Morris. And he's just like, I don't know. He's like, shut up, Morris. Yeah, they act like idiots.
Everyone's always so
And then
rude.
eventually, in walks a man in a sort of gi robe that is all black. And he appears to be very muscled, and he has a bald head. And he walks in with barefoot, and he walks in, and he just looks at what's going on, and he just has this look of, and just like, sees 3 dead bodies, and just goes, well, this is, it's very interesting. Do you mind telling me who you are?
Yeah, Florissa just points like, these 3 guys got really drunk and tried to kill a teacher.
Well, really. This is my town, and I like to have justice in my town, so, explain the events to me.
Okay, so my friends and I were just talking over here, and then a couple of these guys came over and started talking to us, and then one of them seemed to be not quite sure that he was talking to a kid, and then his friends came over and pulled him to the bar, and then they all just started drinking a lot while we were talking, and then they came back over and tried to hurt us, and this lady asked them to not do that, and then he pulled out a sword and tried to stab her.
Mons looks at the lady and she goes, "Is that true?" And she's maybe, and she goes, "Maybe, did it happen or did it not?" And she's just like, and she's looking between you and the people that have kind of surrounded you at this point.
First, to give her like the big puppy dog eyes with a frown.
Make a persuasion check then.
Okay. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yay, bards!
No one can get the puppy dog eyes.
Alright, yeah. So she looks at the pouty eyes, and she was a teacher. She doesn't like seeing bad things happen to kids that were at one point in time adults that use magic. And she's looking at you, and she just goes, yeah, it's true. And she goes, all right, there we go. Thank you for your cooperation. Here, Morris, Boris, why don't you take her outside? Why don't you discuss what happened with her? And Boris, the big guy with the axe, just goes, all right.
I want to insight the fuck on what that means, if that means they're going to kill her.
Go on ahead.
Oh.
Yeah.
The green means a natural 20, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you insight the shit out of this. You know backstory. No, all right. How do I whisper?
You probably need to private message.
Yeah, DM.
You can do
Discord.
/whisper.
Okay, yeah.
Alora,
How about this? Everybody leave the voice chat besides Flint.
Okay.
1 second.
I'll tell you when to hop back on.
Sounds good.
All right.
Oh yeah, there's definitely fucking miscontent in that. He definitely has other plans.
Yeah.
And you assume correctly that it's probably a murder.
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. Got it.
Yeah. So it's straight up just sort of like the leader. He seems to give Boris over here this sort of like look, like a nod. To which Boris, I mean, why did I give two characters Oris names? God damn. Boris gives the leader this sort of like nod back and just starts walking over to him, and he gets like here.
Yeah, just gonna try to go between the two of them, like for when they come back in. So.
Right.
All right.
Oh, still got Pomp.
Here, let me DM him.
Yeah, or pop it in roll 20.
There we go.
Oh, never
We
mind.
need a
There he
whisper
is.
channel. So.
Oh yeah, that would have been smart.
For next time.
Next time. So yeah, the moment the guys go after this, Florissa tries to get in between them, like, don't hurt her. She's telling the truth, and you're being mean.
The leader goes, "Oh, I'll bet she's telling the truth. I'm not stating that she is not.
But you're gonna try to kill her.
Oh, now how would I do that? That would be unjust."
Yes, it would. He has a big axe.
Yeah, Morris likes to carry the axe around. It's bit of a man child. He likes to have toys, and that axe is one of his toys.
So
You're lying.
Morris is just gonna go and take her for a walk, isn't that right, Morris?
You're lying through your teeth.
Seeing how Florissa is reacting and how this guy's talking, Alaric is gonna also try to see if he can tell what's going on. Though he doesn't. He's definitely not doesn't trust them generally at this point.
Yeah.
For another really high, not quite nat 20 insight roll.
All right, let me make a whisper channel now.
I mean, if it's the same stuff I know, I think at this point it's kind of gone.
Yeah, I mean, if two of the
She
three of
said
us
it.
know it, yeah.
Florissa's also mostly said it.
So basically, I believe I pretty much 100% believe Florissa over them.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Alaric's gonna say, I don't think you care about what's just.
Lordic actually looks at you, Ulrich, and just goes, "You don't get to say what's just now. You had your chance."
Yeah, well, it was either do what you said or do what's right, and I think I'll pick the second. Thank you.
I'm gonna say, Vaughn and Clarissa, you two are very. You two are able to. Excuse me. You two are able to pick up on there's a very obvious tension in your new dwarven friend and this guy. And Mont seems to identify it too, the leader, and he just goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. Is there something here I don't know about?"
Yeah, wait, what is... I'm not quite sure. I don't know if I got everything kind of a couple times, but I'm not quite sure.
All right, did I cut out?
Slightly, or at least I'm not quite sure the reference.
Yeah.
Is it something
So
I don't know?
there's I think there's a lot of tension between Alaric and this dude. If I remember who you pointed to.
Yeah, and the leader said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Is there something here I don't know?"
But about that...
He seems to be asking. He seems to identify the tension between Aloric. Like there's this sort of weird hostility between the two, and he's asking.
You cut out again. He's asking what?
He's asking what's going on.
Oh,
I
okay.
think. I assume that's what he means. He did cut out. Based on
God
what's going
damn
on.
it. All right. Yeah. Basically, this guy is asking what's going on between the hostility between this guy and this guy.
All Lork says is poor life choices.
And Lorgic just says, poor choice. What the fuck type of accent is that? Jesus Christ. Oh, give me a second. Lorgic just goes, poor choice and friends.
That too.
Mons is just like, Mons seems to be enjoying this. The leader, he seems to be really enjoying what is going on. And she goes, well, that is very interesting. Lordric, you gotta tell me about that sometime. Boris, grab the girl. And Boris, if anybody, and Boris just grabs the girl at this point. Does anybody try and...
No. Like, you leave her alone, you big meanie, and then just, like, yelling it in Sylvan. Vicious mockery if I have to on that one.
Oh shit, go on ahead.
Because she knows that, like, the moment they get outside, that lady's die.
All right. DC 14. Right. 11. He does not succeed. And he, as he's going for the girl, he just sort of like tenses up and yeah. It seems to fuck with him a bit. And the girl's actually going to go from here, and she's gonna kind of go over towards you guys. Over in this general area.
Yeah, like, mutter to her, she goes, like, get away from here, please.
She's gonna try and stand up and kind of like go behind you to about here. And that's when Morris seems to try and get into the way, and Geralt, speaking, I can do it. Geralt gets in her way, and Morris seems to follow behind him. And
yes. Sorry guys, I don't have any other spell slots today.
Stuck.
Why don't you let this poor woman go? Nothing here is her fault.
The leader goes, oh, but then how are we going to have an eyewitness account of all of what you have told us? I mean, without that, we just have to assume that you killed these three gentlemen who were at one point in time part of our establishment, which is here to provide law and order to this orderless area. Is that what you wish to imply? Is that you murdered these men in cold blood?
You aren't going to let her live.
You wish to imply that in order to have an eyewitness account, you have to take her outside, away from everybody else.
Yes, I do, and I expect you to kneel over and believe everything I'm saying, because it is your best interest.
Sorry, but you don't seem very trustworthy.
Not at all.
I'm sorry. Have you gone outside any time recently? What do you have to what do you have to state that we do not bring order and law to this area? I don't think you've noticed, but there is none. Not since some insane asshole came around 15 years ago and decided to just kill the good king. Now, people got to kill to survive. People got to fight. It's a dog-eat-dog world. I decided I'd find this nice little town, which that this little bastion of society should not be destroyed.
There's no more law in here than there is out there. Especially
Oh,
not when
there's
people get
plenty
drunk
of-
and try to hurt people. You're just as bad as them.
Well, you want to know the interesting thing about those people that got
You cut out really
You
badly.
keep cutting
God,
out, yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
You're supposed to
He-
talk.
he- I just sort of got like a microphone just working on my computer, to be honest. It's kind of just picking all this up. My headset's dead, so I'm
Okay.
Gotcha.
the leader just goes, fuck, what did I say? That is not true. There is definitely order here. And you know those people who got drunk and decided to almost hurt somebody? You want to know who they were?
Cleavers. She points down at the black leathers.
The dead ones.
Yeah, well, actually, yeah, that is good guess there. Yeah, that's true. My name's Mons. I started this little organization maybe a few years back.
I'm sorry, did you say Miles?
What?
What did you say the leader's name was?
Mons.
Motts.
Mott's.
You might want to write that into the chat there.
M-O-N-S-E. Sorry, what'd you say?
You can write names and
Chat.
stuff into the chat. Yeah.
Shit here.
The chitlins.
Motts.
Thank you.
Okay.
Gotcha.
But yeah, he goes, I started this little organization a few years back. And I lead these cleavers. And like I said, they provide the law in this area. And you want to know what happens? And he's gonna take a big step and go a little closer. You want to know what happens when somebody comes into my town, kills a few of my lawbringers?
Lark raises an eyebrow at him.
And Flores is just like giving him like the scrunched nose, like, yeah, lawbringers. Like air quotes. She's making air quotes.
Tell us.
They get dealt with. And at that exact moment, him
You're cutting
reach
out,
into
sorry.
You're cutting out again.
oh god, technology.
Do you have it set to be like for your computer mic? Is it set as pick up? Like, is it just supposed to click on when you pick up, like when you start talking, or what? How do you have it set?
I believe so.
Because you might
Yeah,
just want to
change
set
it to push
so
to
since you're-
talk.
Either change it to push to talk, or
How do I do that?
So in Discord,
Microphones.
in Discord
Okay,
you
in
can go to
Discord?
user settings, voice and video, and then change the input mode from voice activity to push to talk. And then you get to choose what the push to talk button is.
All right, how's this working?
So
Should be better
but
as
you
long
need
as
to,
you
you
push
need to
when you
talk
talk.
more, but yeah, just push
Yeah.
down all the time
Hopefully
you
it's
talk
fine.
and then take it off.
All right. I got a button. It makes a fun noise. I'm gonna have way too much fun with that. All right. Shit. Moves through the chat windows. God damn it. Hold on, let me rearrange that.
Modern technology, we're learning.
yay, technology.
All right, there we go. Changed it to the plus. All right. Yeah, this doesn't seem to be affecting anything.
definitely heard that entire sentence.
All right. At that exact moment, as he says they get dealt with, he reaches into. He just sort of. He does a weird reach. His right hand moves towards a sort of pocket in his left, and in a very quick motion, 3 darts get thrown straight at you, Clarissa.
Ow. That's gonna be fun. Yes,
What
and
is your
yes.
AC?
14.
Oh no.
Oh, they all hit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotta love level 1.
All right then.
Well, this is gonna suck. Damn you, level 1.
And we all die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great game, guys. Great
And
game.
that's how we die.
Okay, still got 1 hit point.
Yeah, I forgot. You kind of don't have 1 hit point because I kind of haven't added the +5 from his
fuck.
dex.
Oh no.
Well,
Oh.
fuck.
Lord above. Okay.
Well, nice knowing you guys.
So yeah, you get hit with 3 darts and get knocked the fuck out.
Sounds about right.
Everybody besides the currently unconscious Florissa will roll initiative.
Oh man. Oh, I didn't do the thing again.
It's alright, you can just change it when you do.
And you need to put the order back in. Oh, and I'll reroll.
Yeah, luckily it's
As
not
a-
too far of a fall, but then just thud.
I have a question. How many prepared spells can I have as a wizard at level 1?
6, I believe.
Prepared?
Wait, prepared? It's up to your intelligence. It's your level plus your intelligence modifier, right?
I think so. I can look at the player's handbook real quick. Let's see. Wizard. Where are you, wizard?
I could do the same, but I'm not even using it.
Yeah, you prepare a number of wizard spells from your spell book equal to your intelligence modifier plus your wizard level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 4. Yeah, so I can have 4 prepared, but I can only cast 2, I believe, right? Yeah, or 2 slots. That's no fun.
Yeah, I only had 2 slots. I was not expecting the everybody.
Yeah. That's the challenge with level 1. You don't get a lot of spell slots.
Nope.
Also, you don't have a lot of HP and all those
Yeah.
things.
We only have like 3 characters, 3.5 characters right now.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no.
there we go. Okay. All of the like Geralt, Morris, and the other three grunt-looking people, they just sort of they hang back and they just sort of watch as this all goes down. And I'm gonna say, Ulrich, prepare to get kicked in the face. As you see, as Mons throws the 3 darts, with one swift motion, he's also going to go for a kick straight towards your head.
Okay.
Damn monks.
Does a 13 hit?
That does not hit.
You swiftly just sort of dodge under the kick as it goes above your head.
All right. So yeah. It's, I guess, my turn.
Yes, unless... Oh, wait, hold on. Does anybody know if monks get more than one attack?
What level?
Yeah, it depends on what level, really. I assume he was at a high level because he got 3 darts and then a bonus kick.
Yeah, let's say 5.
Level 5 monk. Let's see. What do monks do? Never played a monk.
I played a monk, it's been a while, but I don't think I ever got to level 5 monk. So at 5th level, you get your first extra attack.
They get an extra attack, yes.
All right, then yeah, no, it's not your turn yet, because as that one kick misses, he sort of, that foot, his left foot lands back on the floor, and with the momentum, he takes his right foot, and he's going to try and do another, like, I guess, a roundhouse. The first one was a roundhouse.
Okay.
I don't know anything about martial arts, so hang in there with me.
He just kicks.
Yeah,
It's fine.
and then he just kicks. He just does like a straightforward kick.
Okay.
I'm
Also
assuming an
misses.
8 misses.
Yep. Also misses.
All right, yeah, now it's on to your turn.
Okay. So first order of business, gonna cast Healing Word on Clarissa as a bonus action. So 5 points of healing.
All right, then you're right back up.
And then now that he's pretty much just surrounded by assholes, he's going to take his warhammer and take a swing at the at Mons.
All right. At the same time, can Florissa, can you make a initiative thing?
Oh, right, sorry.
And you got a natural 20 on that hit, didn't you?
I did. Oh, I think the damage roll screwed up though. Hold on. I might just have to roll damage.
Yeah, all the damage rolls
the damage is 3, and that's clearly not right. Like in my character sheet, it says damage is 3. Like not a dice, a 3.
Yeah.
So let me real quick just figure out what his Warhammer swing damage dice would be, and then I'll type it in. I'll try to type it into Roll20 and roll it that way. And then I'll try to fix it. Okay. Warhammer
should be 1d8.
Yeah. Or if I was two-handing it would be 1d10.
Yeah, two-handed, yeah.
But I didn't say I was two-handing it, so I am okay. It's rolling, I type rolling 1d8 plus
Plus 3,
strength.
yeah.
Okay. Never actually done that.
And you can also do 2d8 for that, the crit.
Oh, yeah. Roll 2d8 plus 3. You are correct. Okay. Send.
Oh,
Slash
it's like,
roll.
yeah, / roll.
So, okay.
Or just
forward-
/R.
roll
Yeah, / R also works.
8 plus 3. There you go.
Yeah.
He takes a nice swing at this guy.
All right. You get Mons like right in the stomach, and he just goes, "You're gonna regret that."
Don't like people who attack kids.
Is that all you do?
I mean, that's my bonus action and my action.
Oh, okay. Then then it would technically be Damon's turn, and Damon's not here. Isn't this wonderful? I'd say he just let's say he's gonna fire an Eldritch Blast at this guy.
Okay.
And he hits. All right. Not Mons. Lordric just sort of takes this hit, and it just backs it. It just hits him straight in the center of the chest, and he seems to have been hurt, but he's not as hurt as the 3 kids were doing. Vaughn, your turn now.
Question. Can certain spells, like certain AoE spells, also hit allies?
Yeah, if they don't give you a way to exempt the allies, they do.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, unless you're like I guess, yeah, you'd have to be like a evocation wizard to do that.
Let's see. Okay, in that case, seeing that, what's his name? Mons threw 3 darts at Clarissa, I will throw 3 magic missiles right back at him. That's not right.
No, I think you just had the same problem I had with my axe. With my hammer.
No, that was right. You just need to roll it a few more times for the other darts, because that roll d4 plus 1.
Yeah, magic missile already hits.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Magic missile is an auto hit.
Okay,
There you
yeah,
go.
now you're getting different numbers, so that means
I believe the target must make a dex save, though.
No, it just hits.
No,
Magic missile.
Magic missile just hits.
Magic missile does shit
Yeah, I
damage,
thought it
but
was-
it just hits.
Yeah.
I thought the target has to roll a dex save to take half damage or not.
I
No.
don't think that's true on Magic Missile.
Nope, not magic missile.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't say anything about that.
Yeah, no, Magic Missile is the positive of Magic Missile is it just hits. There's no way to avoid it. The negative of Magic Missile is it's just 1d4 plus 1 per dart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You need certain
like,
items to deflect magic missile.
yeah.
Like magic items.
Yeah, I looked it up. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he straight up just takes all those, and it's, and he seems to be hurt, but it does not seem to be doing as much as it was to the kids. These seem to be some pretty big badasses.
That are currently blocking the door.
Yeah.
after Vaughn, it's now Boris's turn, and Boris is just going to hit Vaughn in the back with an axe.
Wait, which one did Florsa Vicious Mock? Because whatever one that one is has disadvantage on its first attack.
Yeah, you're right. Shit. Okay. How do I have disadvantage happen on something?
I
I mean, you just roll it twice
and then take the lower one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just do that.
I know there's a thing for that. I can't remember whether it's like V1 or K1 or something like that.
Oh man. Oh wait.
One more, come on.
Oh
Yeah! Wait, maybe?
No,
no.
wizard.
No, wizard, fuck.
Yeah, that hits.
Get yourself some mage armor!
Yeah, wizards.
You get hit straight. You just get hit straight up the back with a battle axe, and let me roll damage.
Oh, fuck. Holy shit!
I'm assuming you're knocked unconscious.
I'm down.
Yeah,
All right then.
I have no more heals, sorry.
I have one more. And then spare the dying. I always have spare the dying.
Yeah, we're not gonna get to that at this point. Unless we just run like fuck.
There we go. I put an X on you. And then after that, Lordric is gonna go. He is going to look at Mons and Ulrich. You see him pull out that blood drop amulet he has around his neck, and he he sort of pulls his other hand towards his mouth, and he whispers something, and he just sort of this bright red, sort of crimson red mist energy goes back into Mons. And Mons seems to be a little revitalized by it, and Mons will heal.
Also, just to be clear, is this area the only door in?
Which area?
Like, where they came from, is that the only door?
The only door you can see.
Yeah. But there are windows?
Yeah, there are windows. All right, Mons heals 7.
Mm-hmm.
And back up to the top at Mons. And Mons is not happy with how Ulrich is, treating him. So he's gonna go for Ulrich. He's gonna pull back a fist, and he's gonna try and punch.
Yeah, that hits.
Yep, that hits. All right.
Even if I have my shield up, that hits. For 13 damage?
Yep.
Well, then he's down.
Yeah, this is nope.
Yeah. He's down. That is his HP.
All right then.
So we're dead.
Yeah, we're dead.
Yeah,
I have no good game, guys.
As usual, here just to ruin your spirit and your fun of D&D.
No. That
we're all
was.
dead.
I've had Dark Souls DM. This is nothing. This is normal.
It's level
Got
1,
it. Be
so
more challenging.
it's level 1.
Yeah, like I've died so many deaths from a single DM. So in the first, yeah.
All right. He's then going to he punches you in the face, and you drop. And you get punched in the face, and it is so much more powerful than you were expecting. And you as you just go flying, like you don't go flying, but you spin, and you're just thinking to yourself like, "Wow, that was a bit." Then you're out as your vision goes dark. And with that, Florissa, you see him sort of like with the movement of that, reach into another pouch, and he's going to throw a dart at the drow. Oh, fucking damn it. Keep forgetting to put space. Well, I keep putting a. The dart just whizzes past the drow's face. Florissa, it is now your turn.
Yeah, this is great. There's no coming back for this. I don't have healing spells. The drow's still up, but that's not gonna watch for long. Shit. Let me check a thing. I couldn't even make it out the door if I tried. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck to do at this point. Fuck! I don't have a potion. I don't have...
It's level 1.
It's level 1 indeed.
Woo.
Yep.
I'm like, my guy's HP is pretty darn good for level 1, but 13, man.
Yeah. Most I can do at this point, like frown the two. I'm really sorry. And then basically dash towards the closest window over here, maybe, and try to like shift back to Everine and jump out of it. Just dash.
All right.
It's the best you can do at this point. She has nothing. Like, come on, sir.
All right.
What else am I going to do there? It's like it's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What path do you take?
Have to probably get up on the table and run across it to get
All right.
to keep away from this guy
roll
and these
me
guys.
a dex save to see if you can get on the table.
Good question. Oh, come on. I do have acrobatics.
Okay, yeah, then do an acrobatics check. That's probably better.
Come on, acrobatics.
You just pass. You jump on the table and you're able to run past, and I'm gonna say like as you're on the table, that's when you shift back to Everine.
Yeah, or at least like right before getting to the window, just so she'd be like tall enough to get through the window.
All right, yeah. Man, I was not expecting that to happen. Shit.
I have nothing else to do besides like, yeah. In this case, she can't help them. She's going to get knocked out immediately and die if she sticks around with these guys because they have not put themselves as anything but killers.
I'm gonna say I think you can only actually get to the edge of the room. You won't be able to jump out of the window just yet, actually. I'm not entirely sure.
With a dash?
Oh yeah,
Double
dashing.
speed.
Yeah, double speed.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. This ruins some plans.
She's just calling for the drow to follow. Yeah. I don't know what your plans are, but you killed 2 people, so...
They're alive, they're just unconscious.
Yeah. Yeah, but they have...
Okay,
they're gonna kill people.
Okay, roll me... Okay, roll an acrobatics check to see if you take any damage jumping out the window.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's not a good acrobatics check.
Is that a 1?
Yes, it is.
No, the dice is cocked. Let's just say that.
The dice is cocked, guys. That's how this works.
All right. I'm gonna say that's about a 86 of damage.
Just watch, it'll knock me out. Just bonk. I only have 5.
All right, you take 2 damage. And you jump out the window, and you've got some shards of glass stuck in you, and you're currently lying on glass. And you're bleeding pretty profusely.
Yeah. Just for the reason she ran in the first place, because everyone else went down except for that drow. Yeah, Florissa, apologized to them, told the drow to follow her, and ran.
Fuck, okay. Alright, after you... Okay, you're not on the turn order anymore. It's the Drow's turn. And... I think I'm just gonna say that I'm gonna end the initiative net here. And I'm gonna say that one of these guys, like these guys all sort of crowd around even closer. And I would say this guy right here, he smacks the drow in the back of the head, and the drow just topples over. Just get that done quickly. And I'm gonna say Geralt over here, he grabs the girl, and he just sort of and he just got her by the armpit, and he's like, "Don't worry there, love. You're gonna be nice and fine." And that's when, and eventually Lordric comes up behind her, and I'm gonna say, the two of you that are unconscious, you guys sort of in this weird, you guys are sort of still kind of stuttering in and out of consciousness and unconsciousness. You see Lordric come up behind her and then just grab her by the back of the head, and then just sort of his amulet around his neck glows bright red, and there's a sort of red energy that goes through the veins in his arms and then just sort of goes into her, and she just seizes up in pain. And then you see veins, in her neck and everywhere else just sort of seem like they pop, and then blood just pours out of her ears and mouth and nose, and she's fucking dead. And Mons just goes, all right, that's it. Let's get going. Let's leave him here to bleed out. show townspeople what we do, and they all leave. Eberine, you're somewhere in town now, I guess.
Yeah, she like found a like a back alley to hide in for a bit, and that did not go as well as I wanted it to.
All right, here.
Just hiding out for a bit.
Yeah, let me delete the map and all of the tokens because they the map isn't needed anymore. This guy isn't needed. Neither is this guy. Lordric is gone.
The way I thought it was going to go. Not at all.
Oh, yeah, that's about normal.
D&D, man.
Yep, I just killed all of you before the game really got into it. Just to show you how horrible I am. Yeah.
No, I'm used to that. That is why I did what I did. I've literally gone through that. PTSD, man, PTSD.
Give me a sec. Eventually, a big burly man sort of looks into the back alley as if he's looking for something and just goes,
Like, look up at that. Like, checking to see what she can see of clothing, whether to say anything or not.
He's got simple white clothes. He does not have the typical black leathers.
Okay. So, like, look up to him. Or, like, trying to, like, removing glass shards from her.
Hi there. Listen, I'm the blacksmith / priest, or was the priest. Either way, hey, me and some other individuals are also do not like the cleavers. And he seems to be trying to be stealthy, even though he's a big guy in just the open, and he's sort of looking out for anybody that might be coming, and he just goes, "Listen, I can help you. All right, we can fake that you died here until we can show the cleavers that you're alive."
Wait, how did you phrase that?
We can fake your death, like make it look like you died here, so that we can use you later against the cleavers.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said, basically.
Yeah, I figured. It's like, yeah, that's fair, to be fair, after what just happened. Like,
I don't usually have that much of a plan when I do this, but I had a plan here up until somebody jumped out a window.
that's not my fault. You set everything up that they were just gonna kill us, like, flat out. Everything, like, that natural 20.
You could never have a real plan as a DM, because the one thing you can expect is that players will go completely against your plan.
That is entirely true at this point.
Yeah, you can't tell me they weren't gonna kill us all immediately and say they were going to kill that lady immediately and try to immediately kill Florissa, so... Yeah. That's what you get with the neutral characters.
Alright.
But yeah, she'll very cautiously kind of move forward. Alright, can you help them at the tavern? Oh, that was terrible. I couldn't.
Don't worry, Jezebel's getting your friends. She has her ways. She'll be able to get them to where we're going. All right.
Oh, thank goodness! Thank you. All right.
All right, and he takes you with him, and he takes you to a cart, and it appears to have weapons in the back that seem to be broken. There's like one. It's just sort of. It's got a tarp. It's got a tarp over it as well, and it's being covered. And he just tells you, "All right, get in the back."
Just kind of give a nod at that, and Daisy says, because at this point she has nowhere else to go at this point.
All right, you do that, and he sort of covers it up more with the tarp, and he hops in the front, and about an hour passes of riding in the cart until you hear just sort of some mumbling. You can't make out a lot of it. Make a perception check. All right, you make out key bits every now and then. Mainly stuff like you hear introductions. Like, hey, hi, rah, rah, rah. And then somebody asking about what's in the back of the cart, and he just says, he's like, oh yeah, usual weapons, blah blah blah. And then
also, since if it's an hour, I'm using a hit dice because oh my god.
All right, yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
All right. Like half an hour after that, you get eventually the cart stops, and you hear the man in a whisper go, "All right, you can get out now."
Alright. Just like take a slight moment, try to like peek out from underneath something if she can, and stealthy try to sneak out of it.
You're at the edge of you appear to be at the edge of the town. There's few buildings, and you're kind of bordering the woods now.
All right. Yeah, just making sure there's no cleavers around, and then gotta sneak out and look back to this guy. Sorry, did he say his name?
No, he has not. He has told you that he was the blacksmith, that he is the blacksmith, and was the priest.
So we're gonna go over to him. Thank you so much for your help. I'm so sorry. I'm Eberine.
I'm John.
Thank you, Mr. John. You've saved my sister and myself. We very much appreciate it.
Sister?
It's a bit of a long story, but thank you.
All right. Well, if you need to go find her, we'll have to do that later. Here, come inside.
No.
This is my brother's place.
She'll follow him in.
Yeah, he starts leading you in. It's a small shack. There appears to be cut logs. Yeah, no, not cut logs. A bit of farming starting a little off to the side. Like nothing major just yet. There appears to be some somewhat rundown fields, there's that haven't been worked on just yet.
She'll stay out of the way until he like points to a place that she can go to.
He leads you into like a tiny shack, like something a family would live in. On the inside, you see he leads you in, and on the inside, as previously said, it's a very small, quaint shack. You see in the corner there's a big bed, and then in the other corner there's a small bed. In the big bed, you see a man, and you recognize this man. He's the man that you saved getting to Night Vale. And you see by his bedside is his wife, and she looks up and she sees you, and she goes, "You were one of the people?"
Oh, it's very good to see you again. Hello.
Hello, and she runs up and she gives you a hug.
Let's give her a light hug. She probably still has like a little bit of glass shard, but she got most of it. Yes.
He just goes, I'm glad you're all right.
Thank you so much for your help. And she just kind of like frowns. I really hope the others are all right. I had nothing else I could do.
Yeah, no, they're fine. Here, let me take you. And she takes you into a sort of. She goes towards a shelf, and she just sort of moves it out of the way with a little bit of struggle. And there appears to be a cutout sort of wall piece there. And it appears to go down into the earth. And she goes, all right, follow me. And she starts going in.
Follow her. She trusts her.
All right. As you go down, it appears to have been a cellar, not a well-made one. It appears to have just been sort of dug out, so roots are still coming through, and it's all dirt. But in the middle, there's a table, and you see standing there. You see she walks up and she stands at the table, and John follows after you, and he goes towards the table, and so there's John and her, and then there's also the little boy's father, and he's standing there with his arms folded. The little boy is not there. And there is also the barkeep's wife, Jezebel. And you see in a corner to your left, there is the Drow, Vaughn, and Ulrich. They appear to have been bandaged a bit.
She's kind of like smiles a bit, then frowns, and then smiles a bit. Oh, you're all right. I am so sorry. I didn't know what to... Florissa panicked and... Please forgive me. I'm glad you're all right.
You're all awake.
Okay, I was like,
I figured, like...
You guys just sort of recently got awoken.
Okay.
How much HP do we now have?
Let's say very little.
Very little.
Yeah. Like
Let's say just like one.
One. Okay.
Okay. Ulrich looks up and says, "It's all right. That went south fast."
It's understandable, but you did what you had to.
The Drow just nods his head.
I'm so sorry. Hopefully that will never happen again. I didn't have anything left.
You hear the boy's father? He just goes, well, sadly... Oh, no, he doesn't have a Texas accent. What the hell am I doing? He goes, well, sadly, we're kind of going to ask you to do that until we can get rid of these assholes.
He just kind of like steals a bit. I'd be glad to do that. What they've done to people. Oh, that woman. Like, 'cause she didn't see it.
No. You probably heard a bit of a scream.
Dead.
What's happened to this world is terrible.
This world. This town.
Both.
That's what we were hoping to change. Perhaps we can get a chance now.
The boy's father, he just looks at you all and he goes, this weird council thing was created a long while ago to essentially think of ways that we could get rid of the Cleavers. It hasn't entirely been used for much because we're just a few people, and I haven't been entirely sure it was a good idea since it started. Gotta be honest, you guys got your ass kicked. Like, gonna be honest,
That's fair.
I'm sure you were gonna die.
Can't disagree with you.
Like, I thought you all
You
were
are
dead.
not
That
wrong.
is certainly fair.
But you seem to have power. Mons has kept us down because he can fight better. Now, on the outside, to a normal townsperson, it's pretty nifty. It's pretty terrifying. He can kick. He's been trained. But that's about it. That's about where it stops. Well, I saw you guys do a lot of magic in there, and I haven't seen anybody do magic like that in a really long time. You might be what we're looking for here.
Oh, I'd be happy to help, but you're right. We did sort of get our asses kicked.
Yes, so what would you suggest we start
What's
with?
the idea?
Nothing too big just yet. And Jezebel, the barkeep's wife, pops in now and she just goes, Gonna be honest, we think you should probably steer clear of them. They think you're dead. Use that to your advantage. Start out, just go out, get a little stronger. Find things you can fight. And then try and take out random cleaver things. We have some leads. We haven't entirely looked into them just yet, but we can. And, fuck with the cleavers like they've been fucking with us.
Hey guys, let's go kill some boars until we're stronger. Woo!
Well, we definitely need to get stronger. So I agree on before we take them on. So I agree on that point.
Mons will go down one day. He can't lead a town on fear.
Fear. They say they get respect. Fear isn't respect.
Certainly agree with you there.
John looks at everybody else at the table and he just goes, I told you this was a good idea.
Well, I don't know about you all, and she looks to the Ulrich and Vaughn and the rest of the group, but my sister and I have been traveling to bring a little bit of light into a dark world, so I'm certainly up for it.
I think I'm in.
I'm in as well.
And looks over, Mr. She arches a brow with a slight smile towards the drow.
He looks at you and he just goes, tell Raza.
Give him a nod. Pleasure, Everine.
He nods.
Well then, I think we might be in agreement with you, Mr. John.
All right. The kid's dad. He looks at you and goes, "All right. Well, we do have one thing. Well, once you're done healing up, we know of some. We know of a place that might be inhabited by something.
Large brow at that. Something.
Well, it's a place that adventurers, rat catchers, like to dig in and usually kill the stuff in there, get what's in there, and stuff like that. I don't know if anything's in there now, or what's in there, or in general, if there is anything in there." But it's the perfect place. It's the place me and my friends would have gone to a long time ago.
Whoa,
That's
where is
Sophie's
this
start.
place?
It's a little farther into the woods. An old tomb to some paladins.
So go there, see what's up. Try to get a little better at what we do and see where it goes. Is that the idea?
Yeah, Jezebel says, that's the idea.
Sounds fair. He looks at the others.
Florissa and I are certainly in.
Vaughn just nods.
The drow nods.
And let me be the first to say that we are quite happy to become adventurers with you all.
Oh, no. You'll be the ones doing the adventuring.
Oh no, she's talking to Vaughn and...
Okay, gotcha.
No worries,
Never
no
mind,
worries.
okay.
Sorry.
Should be interesting, at least.
Agreed. My journey has been a bit boring until I showed up in this town.
Certainly
Yeah.
better than being alone.
Not wrong.
That's certainly true.
Alright, yeah, and they eventually give you some simple cots to sleep in. And I'm gonna say you guys go to sleep in them. And I'm gonna say when you wake up, you'll be fully healed.
Okay.
She
It'll
switches to
take
Florissa
a-
before she goes to sleep because that leaves more room in a bed or cot. It's just like spread out Chibiusa style. Just